What is going on, everyone? I am back with yet another video for you guys. Now, if you do not know who I am, my name is the Crimson Carver. I am a warframe content creator over on YouTube, and I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch. Now, in this video, we are going to cover the warframe Harrow, right? This is a beginner's guide, right? So, that being said, we're going to go over pretty much all the basics that you need to know about Harrow and how he works, right? Uh, Ranging from stuff like where to get Harrow, how to get him, his stats, the difference between Harrow and Harrow Prime, his abilities, his augments, and at the very end, we're going to wrap it up with some gameplay and some high level content, right? So, as you guys can see, just what this frame is capable of, even with a beginner friendly build, right? Like, this is by no means this is by no means a guide or like a build guide or anything like that. This is a beginner friendly guide to the warframe. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it. So you want to know how to get Harrow, huh? Alright, I'll tell you. So Harrow, his main blueprint is awarded by doing the Chains of Harrow quest, so just keep that in mind. Now, you can buy Harrow from the market for 225 plat if you feel like it, right? No one's pressuring you, but it's there, right? But if you want to build Harrow because you just don't have the money and you don't have the time to go out and farm out the plaid, that's perfectly fine. I can understand that. If you want to get the rest of his parts right, you're going to need to do Cuba Spies, because the Cuba Spy is where you get his new optics, right? And the Defection is where you get his systems. Now, as for the chassis, if you haven't already picked up a few of them yourself, they tend to drop from high-ranking enemy units like nullifiers, bombards, Xmas units, stuff like that, right? That's how you can get him. Now, when you've built Harrow, he's going to have 270 health, 455 shield, 185 armor, and 100 energy, right? And he's going to have a sprint speed of 1. So, overall, he's got some pretty decent stats. Okay, but what if I want to get Harrow Prime? Because I know he's out. Okay, well, if you want to get Harrow Prime, let me tell you what the difference is between them first. That way you can make a better decision, right? So Harrow Prime has increased shield and increased energy over Harrow. Obviously, he has that gold trim, which we all know and love, right? See that? So, obviously, the gold trim is to make him, recognizable as a prime. That makes sense. But, yeah, increased shield, increased energy over the regular base Harrow. Okay, so you build Harrow, or Harrow Prime. Awesome. But, how in God's green earth does he work? Well, let me show you. Sorry about that. That was a build that I've been working on. But yeah, let me show you. Right. So he's passive, right? Um, yeah. So Harrow has double overshow capacity, uh, which is really nice, and he starts the mission with max energy. Really good, I ain't gonna lie. Now, the first ability, Penance. You throw his mace forward, right, or whatever you want to call it. He throws it forward, right, and he entraps enemies, which then give him shield, right. Now, let's see. Efficiency is going to reduce the cost of the ability, so nothing to worry about with that, right. Now, range. This is probably going to be the big thing that affects it, in all honesty, because it increases how far it goes, and it increases the the range increase, right? Which basically means it can go an additional distance, right? Now, strength is going to increase how much shield you get per hit. Now, if you're wondering where to get this from, right? This mod is phenomenal, specifically this set of mods, right? The Auger set is a incredibly good set of beginner-friendly mods that will act as a placeholder till you can get better ability mods, right? Now, if you're wondering how to get these, you get these by going to Earth. Go to Cetus, talk to Konzu, right? You gotta look at his bounties, and the bounties that have the Auger mods, those are the ones that you're looking for, right? If you happen to have a bounty that has, say, Auger Secrets, Auger Reach, or Auger Message on it, that's what you're looking for, right? Pick that up, go in and do it on public. Public makes it a bit easier because you have people who are going to be able to help you complete the objective faster. So you have a higher chance at, getting that juicy bonus. So, as I was saying, strength increases shield per hit. Range increases, well, the range of the ability, and the range increase, right? Now, duration is going to affect how long the chains stay active for, right? So, more duration basically means, hey, these chains are able to crowd control for more time. Sweet. Now, penance. You sacrifice your shield to gain extra duration on penance, which then increases your fire rate, your reload speed, and it grants you lifesteal, which I think is absolutely phenomenal, right? So, the way that it works, right, is basically penance feeds off condemn. Condemn gives you shields. Penance sacrifices shields for more duration, right? Now, let's see here. The drain. That drain can be further reduced with the use of efficiency mods, right? Awesome. Now, whenever you cast Penance, you are going to gain 50% of your max health back, right? Now, if we chuck on Strength, like Auger Secrets, right? That's going to increase the initial heal, the lifesteal, the fire rate, and reload speed increase as well, right? Now, duration is obviously going to increase how long the ability lasts for, right? So, yeah, cool. Now, the next ability, right? It's called Thurable. Now, essentially, what this does is, it's a channeled ability. What happens is, right, you channel the ability for a certain amount of time, turn off the ability, and then it basically builds up to however long you want it to, right? And it also gives you a headshot damage multiplier, right? So you cast Terrible every time you get a kill, you get energy, right? So the longer it's active for, the higher the build-up, right? So you stop it at, say, 20 energy per kill. Cool. Every time you get a kill, what happens is you now gain 20 energy. But if you get a headshot kill, that energy gain is then doubled, right? Now, let's see here. The efficiency mods will reduce the drain, like the other one, and more efficiency means more energy conversion, right? Which is magnifique, right? Now, duration mods. They're going to increase how long the ability stays active for. Range. Right, range is going to increase the radius of the ability, so more radius means more people who are affected by it, right? It means you can give more people more energy. Kind of nice. Now, strength. This is the important one. Which does absolutely nothing. I stand corrected. Now, onto the final ability. Covenant. So essentially, you protect nearby allies. So what happens is, right, it makes you and your allies invulnerable for a brief period of time. During that time, any damage that you gain, like any damage that you suffer, is then stored and then converted into critical chance, right? And so from my understanding, right, you gain 50% crit chance on headshots, right? It's half of that for like body shot kills, right? So keep that in mind. Now, this ability can be the cost of the ability can be reduced with uh, streamline and efficiency mods. Sorry, I lost the words there for a second. Uh, so retaliation, like as there is you're gonna notice there's something called retaliation duration and protection duration, right? So the protection is the time you're invulnerable. The retaliation is how long the critical chance buff lasts for, right? So, with that being said, if we were to say slap on, I don't know, some duration mods, right? Like auger message, right? That's going to increase the protection duration, so how long we stay invulnerable for, and the retaliation duration, which is how long we have the crit chance for. Now, strength. Strength is going to increase how much critical chance you gain per 100 damage, right? So for every 100 damage, you gain crit chance, right? 1% crit chance. But in this case, it gets bumped up to 1.85 because we added strength, right? Now, unfortunately, that headshot multiplier will not get changed no matter what you do. But yeah, that pretty much covers all of Harrow's abilities. Okay, so you have a working build for Harrow. Congrats. But it's missing something. It's missing that flair, that je ne sais quoi, right? Well, that's where augments come in, right? Um, Harrow has three augments altogether, which are Tribunal, Lasting Covenant, and Warding Thurible. The first augment we're going to look into is Tribunal, right? So Tribunal basically states that um, that your allies, whenever they kill a enemy that is affected by Condemn, they will benefit from the effects of Penance and Thurible, right? When they're attacking or killing a target affected by the first ability, right? Now, this is very vague, so I had to do some digging for this, but it turns out what happens is you gain 100% of the energy from Thurible, right? So you gain the energy on kill, you gain the lifesteal from Penance as well, and you also gain the headshot multiplier from Thurible as well. So it's a nice little buff. Now, unfortunately, you cannot affect this any further. Nothing will increase it any more than what it is, right? Now, the next ability is called Lasting Covenant. Sorry, the next augment is called Lasting Covenant. It's a it's a augment for Covenant. So it states that headshot kills increase the critical chance bonus duration by 3 seconds, right? So let's take a look here. Boom, see? So every time you get a headshot kill, it's going to increase the duration by about 3 seconds, right? But if we add duration to this, that means that the bonus for getting headshot kills gets increased, right? So more duration means more bonus time, as well as the abilities lasting longer, which is quite nice. Now, the last one we're going to be looking at is something called Warding Thurible. Now, essentially what this does, right, is, I'm trying to remember right here, you gain damage reduction while channeling Thurible, and you gain energy per second as well. So, bear that in mind. Now, the damage reduction, I believe, is affected by strength as well as the energy. Yes, the energy per second. So, strength means more damage reduction and more energy per second. So, if you're lacking on energy economy, warding theorable, and survivability, warding theorable. But that about does it for the augments.
Your weapons make music, and the enemy calls for a song.
The Orican Neural Sentry is attempting to purge you from this place. Stand by for life support. If you have a necromancer, this would be an excellent place to deploy it. Specialists are scanning for targets. They know you're here. Prepare for sentient fighters. The longer you hold out, the deeper I can search. But if you need to live, extraction is ready. These manifestations must not be allowed a foothold on Lua. Life support is at risk. Destroy them.
Lasting cry, praise the million pylons high. All our kin were bound to fly for that far shore.